What's up guys, and welcome to another One Disc Wednesday video. Today's disc is going to be the Paladin OS. Completely new disc, just came out in the retail shops everywhere this very weekend I believe, or maybe some of them will not even be out yet. And I also just got my hands on these discs this weekend, so I haven't thrown them around a lot. I've thrown them a little bit. So I have three different ones with me today. For me so far, I think they fly somewhat similarly, but I believe they will beat into different stages. This one will probably beat in before the others. This one is the NS plastic. Very nice with a little swirl, awesome disc. This one is glow plastic. So I expect that one to hold the stability a little bit longer. And then the last one is the sparkle plastic. So that's the three discs we're gonna play with today. And I also got myself some more rubber blendy Zoom putters that I'm going to start putting with. Actually, I'm switching up my putters. Goodbye Wardens. So let's just get into it. Let's have a nice round. Looks like we pretty much almost aced hole one, guys. That was a good run. Nice little touchy Anheuser flex. Oh wow, this guy just shouted, "Watch out!" But I don't think it was me. As you can see, probably in the first throw here, they're pretty stable. Put some Anheuser on it. Obviously, I didn't throw it full power, but you're gonna be able to see throughout this entire video that they are pretty stable, but still with a lot of glide, I believe. They're quite domey, feel a little bit like a T-bird type of disc with like that kind of not very wide rim, but still with some depth to it. Wow, look at this, guys. What would you say? How is that not the best commercial ever for the Paladin OS? Let's go. Try going with this one. I'm actually curious to see if you can see it on camera because it's green, and the trees are green as well, but let's try it. Around the trees to the left. It's in the short position, so it's actually birdable today. Not like that though. So refreshing with actual warm weather. It allows me to play in a t-shirt. Very windy today though, so audio will be compromised on some of the holes. That's how it's gonna be. Let's actually try them out on the lefty forehand. I think they're stable enough to where I can get a decent flight out of them, even though I'm not good at it. Oh yeah. That was pretty much perfect. Could have used a little more power, but perfect angle. And they're nice and stable. We even made it through that V. It's quite nice. Alright, let's get the par. Let's go. We're on fire, boys and girls. That was a good putt. First putt with that putter on film on the channel. Also, like, look at these guys. So beautiful. How can you not throw that thing? Alright, that's a par. The first one was obviously a birdie, so we're one under. Let's give this one another attempt. That one just barely came back. Not a very clean release and into a headwind, but it fought out of it eventually. That's nice. Didn't want to get the wind under it, so it ended up just getting slammed, but it's definitely better than sailing OB or something, so it's a par. Let's try this one out on a forehand. That thing just got absolutely tossed around by the wind, but it was still stable enough to where it started fading in the end, even though I threw it flat to begin with. It was like a left to right wind, so no headwind yet, but flew nice. We're a little bit right of the basket. We actually have a decent bit of the birdie here. I thought it was going to be more right, but it's only like 12 meters, so let's give it a bit. It went in somehow. Go get yourself a Northstar zoom as well. Apparently they can find the chains, or actually find the basket even without the chains. So 2 under now, really good score so far. This is a par 4, just gotta go straight, you remember it, and to the right. I'm going with my Paladin OS. It's almost gonna be an eagle bit, guys. That was textbook, absolutely perfect. I mean, at this point, you guys might even already be on the websites trying to buy this thing. And just go to your local retailer and see if they have one. And if they don't, go ask them why they don't. If they don't have the Northstar lineup. Because that's going to be a huge help for us, people in Northstar. Because we want to get it out to as many retailers as possible, obviously. So it's all about that supply-demand. So please increase the demand. And not just because we want to get them out there, but because they're the best discs out there. And it's Danish produced. Alright, we have our eagle bit here, let's give it a chance. Very windy in here though. I never got it on top of the wind, so it just got slammed. That's a birdie though, 3 under par. This is a very straight shot, so we're gonna have to flex it because it's not gonna hold straight, it's overstable. Try and flex it just inside that tree on the left and into the gap. We didn't quite get enough anhyzer on it, but what's in the gap? It was nice. Got another very windy putt here. I'm gonna try and just put it flat in the air, see if the wind will keep it up. Not quite. I'll be a par though. Perfect. Man, tunnel shut with such an overstable disc is not easy, but getting it on the ground on a little baby flex, wow. What a touchy but perfect shot. Can't believe I'm putting this well in the wind. 4 under now. Par 4 of this one. I don't even know what happened there. Let's try a little flex shot with the lefty forehand. A little bit high, but I hit the gap. I'm pretty proud of that, honestly. We have some sort of a jump putt for the birdie, but it's kind of dangerous. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, my buddy didn't want it. It's a par, still 4 under. Alright, now we've seen righty forehand and backhand and lefty forehand, so let's just get the lefty backhand in there just for good measure, you know? A little bit too low. It's a par. This is definitely a hole where I would consider throwing this one in a real round, so you need to just go through that gap and a little bit to the left. And I'm going to try and flex it just a little bit. Okay, didn't quite get the flex, but if I did, it would have been perfect, I think. So basically, like I said, it feels a lot like the T-Bird. Oh, sorry. Feels a lot like the T-Bird style of disc, like in the hand. So if you like that style, or like a Explorer, Evader, you know, that group, you're likely gonna like this one too. And really, this one is just like the older brother of the T-Bird. If you have that T-Bird and it's reliable, and you need something that you can just fight the wind a little bit better, or you're sure that will go left in the end, or something just a little bit more fade, this will be the absolute perfect addition to your lineup. So you don't have to throw like a Felon or a Pacific OS, but you can get something with a little bit more glide but still has the stability. And this one is absolutely perfect for you, I think. Here we are on the beautiful hole. You all know it, hole 11. We're 4 under. Let's make it 5 with this one. I think the wind is a little bit from the left, which is rare on this course. So we'll get dunked. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yep, I was right. Like I said, 500. I'm sorry you guys fell when I was about to putt, you didn't see it, but I hit the band, got my par. Now we're on hole 13, par 3, straight behind that big tree in the middle of the gap. I think this is actually going to be a good disc for this hole if I just power down a little bit, because you definitely need this ability to go for the flex. So let's try that. Should be a headwind out there, so we'll be able to test the stability of it. Crazy wind lifts and drops, but it almost went in again. You guys can't see it sadly, but it was awesome. Looks like it rolled pretty far down the hill. We'll have to make a putt. Well, it's just a par. I think we're gonna have another pretty intense headwind on this one. We're still 5 under par. Let's see if we can get a little flex on it. It might come back even though it's a headwind. That didn't hold up to it. Let's try the 2 others that are probably a bit more stable. See if it's actually a difference. Yeah, the glow one definitely has more stability. You can see it now that it's a headwind. Let's try the sparkle. I'm not sure. It might be just be so gusty, it's kind of random which ones flip and which don't. Maybe it also might be my release, but I think the glow one definitely is a bit more stable. Maybe also the sparkle, but you guys might have to try that for yourself. It'll be more obvious when you beat them in a little more, but not my dream position to throw from, but good thing I have my lefty backhand. Alright, we're in the jungle, guys. I think the right gap is up and over into the trees. I think that was good, but it might have been too long actually. Couldn't see it. I was listening for chains though, I'll admit. I really thought it was that good. Oh, it wasn't too long actually. It's down there. Must have rolled down there or something. I don't feel like it could have ended up there. That was to keep the bogey-free round alive. Just barely spit out on the right side. It's a bogey, back to 4 under. I think it might be too windy to go for the over-the-top play, so I might go for the low forehand skip shot instead. Yeah, it was a little bit deep, but I think I will have a putt. Jumper around the trees. I don't even know if you guys could see it, but back to 5 under. Oh, let's be a tourist real quick. Here in Oval. Can you guys guess which H.C. Anderson story that is from? Comment below. So back to 5 under par. By the way, my personal record out here is 6 under par. So maybe we could get under that would be nice. That's good. Like 6-7 meters, I think. Gonna be tricky wind though for the putt. Breakdown, guys. Unfortunate bogey. That's not a good skip off the top of the basket there. But we decided to run it, and we got punished. Took a bogey on a hole that probably should have birdied. Now we're 4 under, but still flying, guys. Still flying, just like my hat almost did there. This one, long par 4 up there to the right, and I don't really like, with this hill, throwing a backhand anhyzer, so I'm going to go to the lefty and throw a backhand hyzer instead, or maybe a little flex, but lefty, let's go. Oh yeah, we got some good glide out of that. Might even have an opportunity to get up and down for birdie, which would be really cool with a fairway driver on this hole. Oh wow, that's one of the longer drives I've ever thrown on this hole, I think, with my lefty backhand. This disc, if you get it on flex, if you like to throw those anhyzer releases or mid, or like flat releases, you can get it to go really far, I think. Classic, glidey, 8-speed, but just with stability as well. I think we got through to a putt. Very nice result. Even though I yanked it just a little bit to the right. I wanted to flex it into the gap, and I flexed it just over the gap to the right. But it ended up going through up there. There's a little hole. So we'll have a putt for birdie. Oh, that's a terrible putt. I absolutely yanked that one. Just held on to it. That is unfortunate. We'll take a par. So, still 4 under. So to beat my record, I need to go birdie, birdie, birdie on the last 3 holes. We're at hole 18 now, which is a par 5. The long one up the hill. We can birdie that one, but it'll take a good first shot. That's the main one that needs to be on point. And then There are 20 holes in the course, so 2 par 3s in the end that we can definitely birdie. So keep our hopes high, but also even though it ends up being a 4 under or 5 under round, still really good with only 1 disc and a putter. But you know, we don't want to mess with the putter release in tournament season, and any putting practice I can get with these new putters that I just switched to is absolutely golden right now. I don't have that much time to get used to them. Oh yeah, we're up top. We got some decent distance in this one. For the next shot, we just want to get up to the gap up there, up in the trees. It's a little bit on the right side, but I think we'll have some sort of a gap into the green. It just barely rolled back into the hazard. That's so stupid. Such a terrible mistake. Now we have a par putt. That's the worst putt I've thrown in a year. I guess I have to get used to these putters, huh? We salvaged the bogey. That's bad. I mean, the Paladin OS did their job, but then I just screwed it up on the green. 3 under par now. And now we have the infamous wall hole. Let's call it a wall because it's that steep. You ready for this view? It's gonna be beautiful. I'm gonna throw a lefty backhand here to try and control it. Skipped right over the basket, but it's going to be so far to the right now. Definitely not ideal to throw an overstable fairway driver into this type of green because it's impossible to get it to stop right. That's a par. 3 under. Alright guys, we have the final hole of the round. This is a very short little par 3. In there, into the darkness, and slightly to the left after you're through the gap. I'm going to try and feint grip the OS guy here from a standstill, see if we can flex it a little bit and maybe even get an ace. Needed more flex on that line, but not a terrible attempt. We hit the gap at least. I'm sorry about all the wind noise. It's just very, very windy today, which makes my 3 under par, maybe 4. I might have some sort of a putt in here. A pretty impressive performance, honestly. Definitely a lot better than I've done with the other one disc challenges. So here we go. I'm gonna get you guys behind the basket so you can actually see how it's gonna go in. Man, that was close. Alright, that's gonna be it guys. Thank you for watching this video. I ended up 3 under par, which I think is still a pretty impressive performance. So, what do I have to say about these discs? I will say, if you like your fairway driver, like speed 7, 8, 9, that type of thing, that just goes straight, this will be the perfect addition to that. It's not gonna go go like really straight to begin with, but I feel like this NS plastic, once it beats in a little bit, it will be really straight, but it will hold the stability for much longer than one of those more flippy fairways out of the box. So definitely feel like they are pretty nice in the hand. I don't like it for my like power forehand grip, but I'll definitely throw them with the fan forehand grip. I don't mind a little deepness there. So that was very windy. I have these 3 different ones. I think stability goes in this order, from the least stable to the most stable, just from what I've seen on the few throws that I've had. But I will say this glow plastic actually is really glowy in the night. I've tested it a little bit and you can definitely see it. So that's really nice. Like I said, go get these things in your local retailer. And if they don't have it, tell them to get it, because we need the brand to spread. It's really good discs, really nice plastic, and it's awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the tournament vlog from the Copenhagen Open. I think it's going to be the next upload. Have a good one until then, guys.
And keep doing you.